पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सत्यधर्मरताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनवे श्रीमते राघवेन्द्राय सर्वाभीष्टप्रदायिने मन्त्रालय निवासाय गुरुराजाय मङ्गलम्. A small story. There was a grandfather and a grandmother in Kumbakonam. They had a grandson called Satish. The child's parents were working, and so they were only taking care of the child. The child was playing. He wanted to go and fetch a ball, and so he fell off almost a second floor in the next house. It was a semi-constructed building. So the child got badly hurt. He was bleeding profusely. He was taken to the hospital and in ICU. The child became unconscious. The doctor said it would be very difficult and they needed 48 hours to say anything. But the doctors were very skeptical about the child coming back to normalcy. So the grandfather was emotionally down. Everyone were upset. The grandfather decided to stay outside the ICU and he wanted to bring about positive vibrations there. He was an ardent devotee of Guru Raghavendra and he started praying to him. He wanted to reach out to the child, even though the child was unconscious. He was sure that the child's brain would react to God's stories. So he called out, Satish, I'm going to tell you the story of Sri Raghavendra. Please listen. There was this person called Shangukarna who was an ardent devotee of Narayana. He was praying all the time to Narayana. He worked for Brahma. Brahma asked him to get some flowers. Normally he gets it on time, but this time it was so much delay. So Brahma cursed him, saying that he would be born in an Ashura community. And he was born as an Ashura to Hiranyakashipu, but was a great devotee of Hari. He was reborn as Balikaraja during the Dwapara Yuga and again as Vyasaraja. Vyasaraja was very powerful and he had done a lot of miracles at Tirupati too. And later he was born in Mantralayam as Raghavendra Swami. There is a lot of similarity between Prahlad and Vyasaraja. Vyasaraja was given poison in the cooked food and Prahlad was given poison in the milk by his own mother. Both were poisoned, both knew that they were poisoned, but Lord Hari saved both of them because of the immense faith they had in him. Similarly, there is a lot of similarity between Sri Raghavendra Swami and Vyasaraja. Both were great devotees of Hari, both composed lot of writings. Many granthas were composed by them and both of them made Krishna dance to their tunes. When Vyasaraja was performing the puja of Lord Krishna, the idol which only he was able to take out from the casket, and Raghavendra played his veena and made his Krishna dance just before his Vrindavana Pravesam. These miracles were so identical. After all, they were all reincarnations. On a fine Shukla Saptami Thursday, in the Mrigashirsha Nakshatra, was born our Venkatanatha with the blessings of Lord Venkateshwara. He was born to Gopikampa and Dimana Bhatta. They knew already he was a divine child, and it was confirmed by several people who saw that he had 3 lines on his stomach. They all said that he is a divine person and will definitely protect many people. After the father's demise, Raghavendra's brother got him married. He was married to a virtuous lady called Saraswati Bai. They got a son. They were happy, but they did not have enough to make both ends meet. So Raghavendra had to go for food, go to several places where food was being served as Venkatanatha. So he went there and he was chanting some mantras, and the cruel people there called him and gave him lot of work. He was asked to grind lot of sandal paste, and which was very difficult for him. his hands started paining. After some time, the sandal paste was given to all the other people who finished their food. And they all started shouting and groaning in pain because it was burning. Immediately, they came and asked Raghavendra, "What did you do? Why is it that people are shouting?" And he said, "I was chanting the Agni Shuktam and doing it." He immediately started chanting the Varuna Suktam and then gave them all sandal paste, and their pains vanished. Only then they realized the greatness of Venkatanatha. Raghavendra Swami's wife Saraswati Bai said, "We will go to Kumbakonam." And they left for Kumbakonam to the Sri Matam. And there was the pontiff Sutendra Swamigal, who took lot of care of them. Sutendra Tirtha called Raghavendra Swami and asked him to become a sannyasi. He said he was getting old and somebody had to continue the tradition and do puja to Moola Rama Vigraha. Raghavendra Swami was confused because he had a child and a wife. He was sitting at home, he was contemplating, and he was worried in the night. When he started sleeping, Saraswati Devi appeared before him and said, "Vyasa Raja did lot of good things. He composed lot of granthas. Wherever he went, I went along with him. So you have to take up sannyasam and you have to continue this divine task." He had the darshan of Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Veda Vyasa, and Narasimha. He had to take the decision to become an ascetic. So he started from there and went to Sudendra Tirtha the next morning and said that he would take up the responsibility. Saraswati Bai passed away. She killed herself and Raghavendra Swami gave her salvation after his coronation. There was this Raja called Vijaya Raghava Nayak. He had lot of problems and there was total poverty. So Raghavendra Swami decided to write the Bhikshashara mantra in his granary. He did lot of homams and yajnas and all his problems vanished. The king was happy and gifted Raghavendra Swami a diamond necklace. So Raghavendra Swami threw the diamond necklace into the yajna as he was performing the yajna. And immediately the king was little upset because he loved the neck piece so much. And immediately Raghavendra realized it and he brought it out of the celestial fire. The king realized his mistake and gifted the same to Moola Rama Vigraha. So many miracles happened. Raghavendra's Mritika was very powerful. Raghavendra gave his Mritika to a devotee who was planning to get married. He went and stayed in a place, there was a Brahma Rakshasa which tried to kill a baby there. So Raghavendra's Mritika was used and the Brahma Rakshasa got salvation and the baby was saved. So the baby's father decided to give his wife's sister in marriage to this man. So Raghavendra blessed them both. Similarly, Raghavendra Swami's robe also understood everything around. He is omniscient, so everything around him had the capacity to understand what was happening. There were three gentlemen who were talking about Srimad. They wanted to go and eat there, but they were doubting the prowess and they were doubting the Shakti of Raghavendra Swami. So they said, in case our favorite sweets are being served there, we can understand that Raghavendra Swami is God. And once they went there, the three sweets were served and they prostrated before Raghavendra Swami, who knew what they were thinking. His robe spoke volumes. Similarly, Raghavendra Swami did lot of healings. There was this devotee who once was bitten by a cobra. Swami chanted Garuda Japa and saved him. A Nawab's son was bitten by a snake and he was laid to rest. Raghavendra Swami was sitting near that place and he realized this and asked him to take the child and keep him out. As soon as he chanted the Ranmantri Japa, the child's life was restored. There was a person called Venkata Desai. He was a very rich man. And he decided to call Swami to do a Moolarama Puja. It was conducted in a very grand way, and the child who was plagued fell into a big bowl which had this mango payasam in it. As soon as the wife saw, she became very much mortified and she started crying, and she realized that the child was no more. Raghavendra Swami wanted to give Tirthan, and so he called the family. And when he realized that the child was not alive, he wanted them to bring the child and lay him before him. As soon as they did that, he just sprinkled some tirtha, and the child's life was restored. தூங்கி எழுந்தது போலே மதலை துள்ளி எழுந்ததுவாம் வாரியணைத்த தாயும் தந்தையும் தன்மன மகிழ்ந்தாராம். The parents were so happy, and Swami was given the village to him. Immediately, the Kritagiri village was given by Mr. Venkata Desai to Swami. There was a landlord at Shirasangi, and who never believed in Vedas or anything. Swami conducted some homams there, and he made a withered, dry piece of wood sprout again. And so the landlord realized his mistake and became an ardent devotee of Swami Raghavendra. Lot of granthas were composed by him. He did the Tatparya Chandrika Vivadam, Chandrika Prakashika, Bhatta Saranga, Tantra Deepika, Suddha Parimala, Eka Shloki Sundaragandam, translation of Vedas. So many things were done by Sri Raghavendra Swami. Appaya Dikshidhar, an ardent Shiva devotee, his grandson Neelakanta Dikshidhar revered the works of Sri Raghavendra. It was carried on an elephant, and they all gave lot of respect at Madurai to Raghavendra Swami. Raghavendra Swami stayed in Srirangapatnam, and he went to several other places. On the way to Pandaripuram, his devotees wife got a labor pains. So Swami ensured that he created some water bodies and also some tent for them. And they all left there, and he came back and took them after a few days, once the child and the mother were safe. So many miracles. He saved many people from death. There was a person who was caught in a desert storm who was saved by Raghavendra Swami. There was this man called Raichur Venganna who was initially suffering a lot at the hands of his uncle. Finally, Raghavendra Swami made him a divan. There was this Nawab called Siddhi Masoor Khan who gave him this power of divan, being a divan. So, when the divan wanted to call Raghavendra Swami and celebrate, the Nawab agreed. But he tried to insult Raghavendra Swami. But Raghavendra Swami did lot of miracles and made him understand his power. So the Nawab also became an ardent devotee of Raghavendra Swami. There was a time when there was a celestial body, there was a person, a rishi-like person, who just crossed over the Srimad in a Pushpaka Vimana. He said, 2 years, 2 months and 2 days and left. It was the time for Raghavendra Swami's Vrindavana Pravesham. So Raghavendra Swami called Raichur Venganna and told him that he is going to get into Vrindavana Pravesham in the Manchala village, which was gifted to him by the Nawab and the Diwan. Raghavendra Swami asked him to make arrangement. They had to get some stones from several places and stones from Madhavaram for his tomb. And also, lot of Saligramas and Lakshmi Narasimha idol were to be kept there after his Vrindavana Pravesham. So they were making lot of arrangements for the same. And several other miracles were also happening at that place. Raghavendra Swami made his Krishna idol dance beautifully. People were crying because Raghavendra Swami was going to get into the Vrindavana. But he said he would be alive for 700 years even after the Vrindavana Pravesham in his own form. As soon as the Tulasi Mala fell down, they decided to lay him to rest and covered it with tomb and several other idols. Tunga Tira Vicharam, Raghavendra Guru Rajam. What is the beauty and discipline of the Lord Raghavendra? He was so calm, he was so handsome, and he had his Tulasi Mala, he had a water jug in his hand, and he was always sitting with so much sanctity and purity. Such is the greatness of Raghavendra Swami. Raghavendra Swami went to a place called Kandalam and prayed to Panjamukhi Anjaneyer. The Manchala Devi had asked Raghavendra Swami, if you're going to have your Brindavan here, who is going to visit me? Everybody will come and see you and go. And for which he said, whoever comes to my abode will always visit the Manchala temple and come. And this is happening till date. The grandfather narrated all these stories to Satish. He was constantly talking to him and he was praying to Raghavendra. And there was a beautiful light inside the ICU and the child opened his eyes. Raghavendra Swami had blessed the child and the doctors knew that it was a miracle and the entire family was very happy. Great blessings of Raghavendra Swami. He blessed Thomas Munro after his Vrindavana Pravesam. He spoke to him, he gave him the Akshada and everything. All those miracles happened. There was a child whose tongue got cut in an accident and the child's tongue was restored. The doctors were able to fix it the very next day with the grace of Raghavendra Swami, who came and blessed the child in a dream. There was a lady who was not getting married and she did a pradakshanam to the Raghavendra Swami picture kept in a house for 48 days and she got married to a very nice person. There was a devotee who was going to Mantralaya every year. He continued for 6 years. And as he was about to complete the 16 Pradakshina Namaskaram, a person came and said, excellent. It was a good job. You have done a great job. It is very good to do Pradakshinams, and vanished. There was a couple who were colleagues and the lady was supposed to get married. And the man went to Raghavendra Swami temple and the lady had said, please pray for me, my friend. I have to get a good match for marriage. And as he was praying there, he heard a sound. He heard a voice asking him to get married to that girl. They were happily married and they also have children and grandchildren. So many blessings of Raghavendra Swami. In Triplicane, where the Parthasarathi temple is, there was a devotee who was praying there. He was a Vedic scholar. He was praying there and suddenly he got some image of a Madhva sannyasi. So he walked with him. The sannyasi was standing there in a particular place and vanished after that. That is where the Raghavendra Mutt is there in Triplicane now. After 27-28 years, the Mutt was built in that place. So Raghavendra Swami is still alive. He is helping us. When the Tungabhadra was flooded, people saw him sit and pray with his Tulasi Mala. So many things. He was sitting and praying with his rosary. And he was blessing everybody. So all these miracles have happened and it shows the greatness of the Lord of Mantralayam. He not only saved Satish, but he also saved several other people. We are going to have the Raghavendra Aradhana now. The 21st we have the Lakshmi Puja and Dhyanotsavam, followed by Sakotsavam, Purvadhara Simhavahana Sevai, Panjamrita Abhishekam, Pushpa Alankara Aradhane, Maharatotsavam, and so many festivals for the entire week in several Vrindavans of Sri Raghavendra Swami. Guru Raghavendra, we prostrate before you. We pray to thee for blessing us. Please bless everyone. You can make us all happy and bless everyone around. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu.